Hello and welcome to another episode. I'm not going to say awesome episode of DRAWSOME because today we are drawing, oh boy, a ferret. That's right, folks, a ferret. So I'm just going to start because I don't really have any words of wisdom for this one. Basically, I guess you can start with circles. Oh, hang on. That's right. I can't do circles. So we ain't doing that. Scrap that idea. You could start with circles. Let's say that. You could go through and do all the predominant shapes. But I'm just going to get in and just have a go. Okay? It'll end up being quite simple because otherwise I would spend... Okay, so what I'm finding with DRAWSOME is my biggest problem, my biggest hurdle, obstacle if you like, is the fact that I take a long time to sketch things out. It's not that I'm I guess with DRAWSOME, it's not that I'm in a hurry. It's just that I want to make it in real time, and I want to make it so that you guys see me do it rather than speed it up. But it does give you a really good indication as to how long things actually do take to come to fruition. Like when you see somebody paint, for me anyway, I can only speak for myself, but when I do a bigger piece, before I do colour, it just takes me so long to set it up to make sure that I'm happy with where all my line work is and whatnot. And a lot of that line work, especially for oils, for me with oil paints, it's a lot quicker, the process, because I just have, with some I don't even use a guide, but the process is quicker with that because I don't do a lot of line work. But when you're sketching with the pencil, with this, you want to be able to see where you're going with that. If I was to just put some really faint lines down, you guys aren't even going to see it. So I am trying to be mindful of that while trying to do the actual prompt. Sometimes I just don't feel it, and this is a lot of where my art comes from. It really has shown me that a lot of my art comes from a place that is, I guess, it's internal. If I don't feel it, like I'm not really feeling this ferret right now, it's very hard for me to do it. And I guess when we think about people that do commission work, and that's myself included, it can be quite draining on the artistic mind because we're doing things for other people and they're setting the benchmark, and that's kind of making us to be, I guess, in some ways a bit of a slave to the situation, because we want to make it so that they're happy with it. But we also, the whole reason why we do art in the first place is because of artistic expression, and by doing other artwork for other people, we're taking away a little bit of that artistic expression and giving the right to someone else to be able to express through us. So we become a bit of a conduit, if you will. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I think that is a lot of the reason why many people do get burnt out that do commissions. A lot of people seem to start commissions and then they'll stop for a good period of time before they now is this going to be a long fat ferret? Oh, I don't really have a lot of room here. Okay, so they've got like a back. They don't really. Mine's probably going to be a little bit cartoony. So yeah, we are doing not so well on the back leg. They got really long like legs, and then they've got this, oh boy. So next week I'm going to reveal a little thing about myself that not many people know. So stay tuned for that. And it's not that it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not anything that's all big secret or anything. But I just want to share something about myself that not everybody knows. Next week I'll be doing that, and I'm not sure what the prompt is next week. Let's hope it's a little bit easier than this one. So he's got, oh, I can't, can you see that? He's got little claws going on there, little claws going on here. There's a little fluffy little thing. So that's his back leg there. I'm not really keen where that was, so I've just moved it. He's got a fat leg, but you know, he's fluffy. He's not fat, he's fluffy. So you could go breaking this down into circles. So this could be a circle, you know, then you could put circles in here, circles for the legs, like longer elongated circles. So you can do it that way, but well, I can't do it that way. And next week you'll find out why. That. And then he's got a leg that you got to be really careful when you're doing animals, that you sort of got to have a bit of imaginary base here, otherwise your legs start to look a bit strange. Like this one could probably come down a little bit. If we're going to be a bit brutally honest with that, we could probably bring that down to about here. Oh boy. Not too keen on that back leg, but anyway, moving on. So then this front part, he's going to have his little fluffy bit going on here. And then his back leg. I probably shouldn't have tucked that right up in there, because that kind of cuts it off from the rest of his body, and it's not like that. It's sort of comes up here a bit. And he's kind of turning around looking at us, you know. So you want to bring that. So same here, like this part here, you sort of want to keep that a bit open, because you don't want it to be cut off from the rest of the body. And then you've got his little leg. It's very simple. I'm just trying to keep it simple today. Really, we did actually discuss this one. Both of us went, oh my lordy. And we did, oh, his feet's a bit awkward. And we did sort of touch on maybe changing the prompt for this week. But you know what? It's a challenge, and we kind of discussed it briefly, and I thought, you know, changing it is probably the chicken way out. So this one's on me, guys. It's all my fault. We could have changed, but yeah, a prompt's a prompt, right? You gotta go with it. And if it's rough, well, it's rough. It's been a rough few weeks, actually. I can't say that I feel very confident going into any of these. But having said that, it is a challenge. This is why we do it. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of okay with the feet. I'm not really sure. I've never owned a ferret. I've owned guinea pigs, and I've had rats, pet rats, and what else other things have I had? That's about it, really. And that, pet mice. When we were younger, we had pet mice. What else have I had in that range? Probably not much. Never had ferrets. I've had a pet rabbit. I've actually had a couple of pet rabbits growing up. I probably need to put a little bit more of a lean on that one. So we'll bring that around. Okay, so now we're ready for his eyes. And why I left his eyes last, his little nostrils, they've got to go in like that. Now, the eyes on an animal, I feel, are really, like, I know it's a bit rough, but let's, just imagine that it was a really good hunky-dory image. The eyes on an animal really are the key to success. They really show what the animal is. If you sort of put the wrong eyes, if I was to put, owl eyes, for example, or cat's eyes, it's going to completely change what the animal looks like. So I do try and get I try and get all of it right, but I do try and get the eyes. you know, at least somewhat right. Now they're very far set on there. Let's put one. So I always start off by doing, you know, we did eyes last week, so you know, I should be pro at this now. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm going to start them. Now they are very, whoop, not like that. That one's a bit small, so we'll just take that out a little bit. And you can just kind of play with them until you're happy. Just kind of just keep adding little strokes until you're happy with where you've got them. So I'm not going to put all this fur in, but you could. You could go and put a heap of detailing. I'm not doing that today. It's just not. I'm not pushing the envelope today. I'm just, you know, I'm just doing a quick rough sketch here. This is what this is. It's studies. I know I keep saying it, but it's just studies so that we get an idea of, you know, shapes. And this is what we all should be doing, which I know a lot of us don't do, and I'm guilty of this myself. This is what we all should be doing before we jump in and actually do a full picture. Now, I don't know about you guys and the other artists out there, but I tend to be absolutely awful at doing thumbnails and anything like that. But I do understand the concept of why it works. I'm just not good at doing it. If I'm honest, right? Okay. So, it's not overly detailed. It is like a loose sketch, but you do get the idea. Do I want to bring that up or not? I don't know. It's kind of weird looking. His leg's quite fat, but if I do that, it makes that look a bit thin, and then it starts to look a bit round. Oh, look, guys. So this is my ferret. His little nose. I'm gonna just quickly grab this black pen today. I hope you can see that okay. Little eyes. So you've got that little bit of his ear in there, and then you've got this fluff going on. Whoops. And this is all his little hair bits. They got very round faces and very furry faces. There's his nose, his mouth going on here. That's his fluff. His nails here. Some more fluff going on here. And then you could make him a bit thinner, I guess, because they are quite thin. That's his back leg going on here, his little nails. Okay, so that's about it. Just wanted to make his little eyes a bit more eye-ish. And I don't know, it's not too bad. It's not too shabby. I'm not even going to attempt another one because I'm actually quite happy with this one. For all intents and purposes, I actually am not. I'm not hating on it right now. I don't think I did too bad. You know what? Now I'm overdrawing, so this is when things go wrong. So I'm just going to leave him alone. So I'm actually not too bad. I'm not hating it. I'm really not hating it. I'm actually quite happy with him. So that's all today, folks. I am going to get in there and call it a day because I'm actually not. I'm surprised. You know, looking pretty good. So this is just in case you're not sure what it is. Today's is a ferret. I'm not sure what episode. To be honest, I don't even know what day it is today. This whole isolation thing's doing my head in. Please go over and pop over to Aurora's channel. The link's in the description below. Please make sure you do that because I know that she can sketch up a storm. She's just nailing this DRAWSOME. So please go and check out her channel. And what's the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, thank you for everybody that's been actively participating. And stay safe out there. That was a car. I haven't heard car in ages. And also tune in next week. I'm going to discuss something that's a little that no one really knows about. And what else? Oh, hashtag DRAWSOME. Hashtag DRAWSOME Squad. And that is all from the Laurie Files today. Signing out. Have a great day.